Revelation 4991. From the 31st of October 1950. Violation of eternal order. Fulfillment of predictions. Last judgment. The end will come irrevocably, and with it the last judgment. For in my wisdom I recognized peoples will from eternity, and their behavior which corresponds to this will, but which does not show any upward striving. My law of eternity, however, demands a constant upward development, and all events on earth and in the entire universe are adapted to this law. If a constant infringement of my law of order is recognizable, then this will have the effect of restoring the old order, but in such a way that everything contrary to the law will pass away. Thus also material creations which are not used according to the eternal order will dissolve in order to be incorporated into the order again in a different form. Thus people who have stepped out of order are also placed into the state which corresponds to my eternal order again, that is, the spiritual substance in the human being takes on the external form which corresponds to its degree of maturity. Thus it loses its existence as a human being and is banished again into an external form which had long since been overcome. It is now undoubtedly certain that the human being completely misjudges his purpose of existence, that he only pays attention to his earthly life and no longer submits to my primal law of eternity, the law of love. The earth, which is only meant to serve as a maturing station for the spiritual substance, completely fails in its purpose and therefore can no longer continue to exist in its old form, because then it will move entirely contrary to law in the universe, in which all creations have their destiny assigned by me and also comply with it. For the earth will now only be used to develop backwards, and thus its inhabitants will, so to speak, play into my adversary's hands. Only the will of the latter is still observed on earth, while my will remains unheeded or is totally disregarded. If people would turn, if they would make an effort to learn the truth and then turn to me with the request for help to ascend, I would truly not destroy the earth but let people experience my greater than great love and mercy. I would neither let an end nor a last judgment come, for a goodwill and serious striving towards me could achieve everything, even the lifting of an act which has been intended by me since eternity. I would do it and only ever help you humans to reach the aim. But this will is no longer to be found with people, and therefore my plan of eternity has to come to pass. My announcements through seers and prophets, who foresaw the end, have to be fulfilled, precisely because they also foresaw where people are heading. And only my overwhelming patience has still saved the earth from this fate, because I still want to give all those the opportunity for a change of will whose hearts I recognize and to whom I want to be merciful. But the number of them will become smaller and smaller, and not long after that only two camps will be clearly recognizable, and the flock of my own will be so small that the end can already be recognized, for if only devils still animate the world it will have completely left its lawful order, just like the people on it, and there can only be an end to that which is visible to people as earthly creation, just as people themselves must be destroyed who misused their last maturing station and thus sinned again against the fundamental law of eternal order, against love. This announcement will irrevocably come to pass, for people will no longer be of better will. They constantly strive downwards and also try to drag down everything turned towards me. But I will prevent this, for I will let the earth arise anew again, and people on it will live in order again, which is and remains the supreme law from eternity. They will live in love again and be my children in truth. Amen.